What's going down, everybody? You know who this is, man. This is your boy, the one and only, the missed voice of the internet. Yes, it is your man, Drewski, and welcome to another edition of Space Bucket Growing with Drewski. Oh yeah, y'all know who this is, man. So, we've got so much to get into on this podcast, and we're going to be doing a whole lot of grow talk. You've missed out on a whole lot of things, folks. And that's my fault. I haven't been giving y'all the updates, but I can tell y'all been following in on Instagram. So if you've followed the movement and you follow at Elevated Media LLC, thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all getting us there, man. Y'all see what we doing. And considering something that we're doing, we got to pay some bills. So I'll be right back.
If you want to grow cannabis, Space Buckets are your path to success. And Mostly Safe Micro Grow makes that path even easier. Head over to mostlysafe8.com for artisan space buckets and how-to guides, or check them out on Etsy. Mostly Safe Micro Grow. Grow your own.
So, guys, okay. So admittedly, I've been gone for a while. Yes. But I didn't want to keep knocking you guys over the head with the repetition that comes with checking your plant every day, looking at it, and seeing how it grows. I figured that's what I do it on Instagram for. I try to give updates regularly over there on the visual side so you guys can listen to this podcast. And so today's podcast, I got a lot to talk to you guys about. Since the last, we were thinking about introducing the screen of green into the Space Bucket grow system. It's one thing I'm kind of glad I've done. So I implemented what it is. It's made from a 3-gallon bucket. You cut off the top, maybe. Oh no, actually you don't cut the top off. You make legs. You can make 3, you make 4, however you want to do it. But you make pretty much the open top with some legs, and then you make a screen with vinyl rope. Basics. You can do this in a whole spacer format as well. This is how I did it at first on my Space Bucket. When I did my first run, I took a spacer, drilled holes all the way around, and then did a crisscross shape through that and implemented that into the grow. Problem, you've got to take that thing off to water your plant and to properly train and to properly defoliate. When it comes to the spacer style screen of green setup. So I'm glad that Mostly Safe 8, in their Jabberwocky kit, it comes with a screen of green. So, I took out my 3-gallon smart pot, and this was fresh after watering. I let the runoff go a little bit, placed it on a tarp, and then I proceeded to take the bent leaves or branches, that I had started to train and manipulate. And what I did was I kept the stakes in there until I fitted the screen of green to almost keep the bend, the fold going on there. And that's what's holding that in place. So from that point on, everything that was folded over, I proceeded to train through the screen. Then I let everything go, added some more water, threw her back in the space bucket in the Jabberwocky, and I let her do her thing. Now, from that point until we're going to get to the update of that, we had been working on an 18/6 time schedule. Everything from the side that was not folded over, that was now proceeding to like bend upward and grow towards the light, you got that bottom growth, all those bottom branches that you're going to have on your clone or from seed, however you're going to do that. How I did it was from clone. So I had a lot of lower growth due to the fact that I took my clone 3 weeks from into flower. So there's a lot of flower hormone going, just stuff shooting off everywhere. And all this lower growth now proceeds to shoot up the side into the screen. Now I'm noticing that these branches are also forming their own web. There's parts that were folded over that are now growing to the side and strong, and they're wrapping around the screen. I've got a branch that I had to weave into the screen of green to hold it down because it was just getting too big. But then I had no other slots for other ones. So it was like I can either stuff it and then try to like force it to get less light, or I can help it thrive, which I did. And so I pretty much weaved it so it would bend down and then curve up towards the light. So for those hoping that I have an even canopy after all of this, impossible. I don't know what is happening in this flower stretch, but it's just like the mother that I took it from. I had the right side of the plant just tends to gravitate towards the light. I don't know what it is. So I honestly, because other parts of the plant were smaller, I've turned the plant. Oh shoot, I'm knocking stuff down in the studio. I've turned the plant so that I'm trying to describe this to you guys, and hopefully I describe these pictures to you right. But the taller portion of the plant would be, if I'm looking straight down, your left, your right. The taller portion of the plant is towards your left side, where it was towards your right side. So I've turned it. I've noticed, I think that's where I water the most. And all the nutrients in there hit that first and then spread out throughout everything else. So what I did was I turned, I just newt fed a couple of days ago. I've got to do some more watering. That half a gallon theory bites you in the ass when you have to constantly water. Because that one extra day that you don't water, especially in flower, you could be doing a lot of damage. I think I've done it, but she'll bounce back. I just newt fed her a nice little, my half gallon full strength newts, and I added a shot of full on. I still have not got into adding things such as like molasses and doing things like living soil and all that. I'm still learning how to grow cannabis at this point. But so now that happened. So we let all that lower stuff come all the way up, and we've manipulated it into the screen, and everything's starting to pop up and look real lovely. And from branch, now I can say from the branch, from that little spider web cola, I don't know, maybe an inch above that, above the screen, maybe 2 inches. Total plant height, even after the fold, still about a 1.5 feet. So I decided to flip the flower. Here's the interesting portion of flipping the flower with the clone that you've taken into its early stage of flowering. Holy shit, that's a lot of flower. It's a lot. Like, okay, you guys know what weed looks like when you grow it from seed. There's plenty of pictures on the Instagram about it. This one, however, is different. If you give it a closer look, every main cola has a baby cola under it. Like a baby flower. Sorry, I kissed that cola. So you can start telling where the flower is going to bud. And then, it just lowers through the branches. And it's like that everywhere. But it looks so wild because it's like on one side and not on the other. And it doesn't like spiral or anything like that. It really looks like everything's a separate nug. And then there's babies all around that. And then going lower all around on the branch. Like, holy shit. There's a lot of weed that you can grow potentially from a cloned plant versus a from seed plant. I noticed early on, I told you guys last podcast that I was kind of mad that it just popped off and, it just broke and nothing ever happened. And that was a little disappointing. Yeah. But this time, the main root, that main cola of the plant, is a lot thicker than the one I had from seed. A lot thicker. And it's just something about the hormones on this thing, man. It just bloomed out everywhere. There's so much cannabis sitting in this plant that it's mind-boggling how different the plant looks. It doesn't look like it really doesn't look like a standard weed plant anymore. This thing looks like a flowering work of art. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard to describe. It really is. Because it doesn't have that Christmas tree shape. And then you see nugs. Like, this looks like this is just going to be a bush full of nuggets. With some leaves that grew out of it. You just be like, they look like little chicken. Get into the office here. And y'all hear the humming. That's the actual space bucket itself. This is the Jabberwocky model that we have from Mostly Safe 8. And you guys hear a lot of things actually. We're in the grow room. We have the Jabberwocky running, and I also have Das Cloner running, and I have a clone of the clone of Tinkerbell running as well. So So what you're hearing right now is the two fans that the space bucket runs off of. It's the intake and the exhaust fan, and as you keep hearing the fan, I'm looking at the plant right now, and there has to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, it's 18, 19, 20, 1, 2. There's, just from what I can count, just right off the top, I'm counting 22 flowers. And they're not even at full development yet. I honestly think I'm keeping the light off too long. It's got really short days. The way I have this set is for this one, for some odd reason, I decided to go with longer nights and shorter days. It's just because how I operate. And so she sleeps really, really long time because, daytime temperatures, I keep it a little warmer, and I don't want anything to happen. But she's still flowering. I just don't think she's flowering the right way. There's no foxtailing. There's no, nutrient deficiencies or deformities that I've seen, other than the manipulation of like the foxtails that grew out when she was, forming herself from a clone. So, and you can already tell like the resin level is going to be crazy. There's certain ones that have resin, little dust growing on them, but it's kind of hard. Here. Sorry, you guys, I'm looking at this live, and I'll posting pictures on Instagram for you guys here in a moment. But from the screen, the total plant height is maybe a foot, but all of that is flower. I mean, of course, you've got fan leaves and all that good stuff, but at the end of the day, from screen up, that's a foot, and all of those are just flowers. The 22 heads that I counted. So, I really can't wait to see what's going to happen with this grow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to readjust the timer so that it actually runs off of a 12-12 schedule. And with this clone, now that she's root bound, and she's got some long roots. Shit. Stacks. That one's yours, man. You get a sativa. That was going to be awesome. Trust me. Especially after you burp it and cure it for about a good 2 weeks. Maybe a month. Let that thing really get some airtime. That thing be happening. I got some more to tell you guys, but hey, you guys want to hear something? This is how I got into space bucketing. It's because I wanted to grow something, and trying previous grows of like where you just sit it under a light and hope it grows wasn't working for me. So I built my own after doing research on the internet. The guys who you're going to hear about next in this 30-second little clip, this is how I got to the big boy status.
Space buckets are the easiest intro into cannabis. At Mostly Safe Microgrow, the artisan space buckets make it even easier. Each space bucket comes equipped with Roladero UFO LEDs, reflective lining, 220 CFM intake and exhaust fans, plus power array. A complete grow tent and a 12-inch footprint with an average yield of 2 ounces or more. Head to mostlysafe8.com for their artisan space buckets and how-to guides, or check them out on Etsy. Mostly Safe Microgrow, 2 ounces plus.
All right, we're back. And if y'all can't tell, man, I'm high as shit. I haven't decided. Life decided to give me a break. And I had to put, my efforts elsewhere, and, funding's got to pay bills and things of that nature. So I haven't smoked in a while. And so I go to a local dispensary. I pick up 2 grams. We're not even going to get into all that. It's what I rolled it with and what I smoked it with that is the important part. It is important. Weed Bros OG. Really good. I'm not the type of guy who keeps like the doobie, container. I think doob tubes are stupid. Okay, let me take that back. We got to figure out a way to where you can store your cannabis in a container that is shaped like a cone and not have it sprinkle everywhere. Wife wanted to walk through. And not have it sprinkle anywhere and stick to it, and then you can't use it no more. It's crap. I hate them. But I haven't smoked in a while. I pick up some Weed Bros, and I roll it in a pure banana paper. Now, pure banana is from Micronesia, and it comes with 20 papers and 20 crutches, and they're made of 100% banana fiber. Smoothest burning smoke I've smoked in a long time. I can tell you that. No harsh aftertaste, no weird blah blah. But I didn't use the crutch. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I used the Royal Blunts glass tip. That makes all the difference when you're smoking. All the difference. So I proceeded to roll up my J. I grabbed the coconut glue that I suggest everybody and their mother get, even if you're not rolling with a pure banana paper. Seal your blunts, do all that. Stop putting saliva on everything. Nasty. People get sick. You want to lick the blunt all day. Use some coconut glue. But pure banana, coconut glue, awesome product. I got this from the ASD show on March 11th. And the ASD show was the Affordable Shopping Destination show. I met a lot of good contacts at that show. I've emailed some of y'all. And I like that the banana paper doesn't have an aftertaste. I like that There's no chemical, no chemical taste to these at all. It doesn't taste like a banana, folks. You don't have to worry about that. It's just a really, really smooth burning. You can taste your cannabis kind of paper, and I actually would recommend these to a lot. I'd recommend these just because this is also it created the story behind these is it created jobs for the locals in that area. Think about it. They're making paper. Banana fiber. Like, we use everything from a banana, damn near. We eat the fruit. We use the leaves. If you're going to tear, banana trees are awesome. So, get some pure banana papers, man. Give somebody else a job or help their family. Do something like that. I love the philosophy behind it, and it goes by what we go by over here at the Elevated Lifestyle Studios. We do live this lifestyle, and this one right here, I can endorse. So that's that. On to the Space Bucket Grow. Well, so from here on, what we're going to do, actually, I can do it right here. We're going to adjust all right, now she's on a real 12-12. I'm going to see what happens now. I think I had her 15 hours of darkness, and I'm going to run a standard 12-12, see what happens. See if we can get another boost out of her. See if she recognizes, like, oh, shit. It was really time. And I want to see these nugs mature. I mean, these things are going to be crazy. I can already tell. Love the look of this plant, man. So that was, what I want to talk to you guys about. Using a screen of green, I believe, is way more beneficial in the long run. You really create your barrier of separation between flowers and crap. You get rid of a lot of the larvae, the little buds that really ain't gonna do nothing in life. You can get rid of all of that and implement your screen setup, and you'll notice that you're going to have a lot more flowers than you anticipated, especially if you grow right and you use simple solutions like low stress training. Well, I thought I was doing some low stress training until I had to put the tape around the knuckle, and the tape's still there. The tape is still there. It's busted over. This knuckle is ugly as shit. I wish I could show it to you guys, but it's got to be the ugliest thing on this plant. It looks like such a deformity. It's weird. You know how like when a tree gets damaged and then it regrows that weird knot? That's exactly what happened. But we'll show it to you at harvest time. We're on 12-12. We got a clone running. We got a clone growing. I don't know what to do next, y'all. I've got an open space bucket, and I want to use it. So if you guys are listening, actually, you know what? Throw me some ideas out here. Check this out. I've got a few seeds, and I'm going to post them on Instagram at Elevated Media LLC in my Insta story. I need y'all to vote. and see what I'm going to grow next while I've got a lot of things going. So, the next grow, what should it be? That's going to be on Instagram. You guys, this is your boy Big Drewski. I'm out of here. I'm going to go listen to some other podcasts and enjoy the rest of my night with this doobie. Actually, you know what? I might load a bowl into the smoke. Shout out to the homies over at Smoke, man. We're going to always shoot them out because, yes, and I said shoot you out. I'm going to shoot you out the paint with how much weed I smoke. But once I get my tolerance back, you guys are done. Especially when this Tinkerbell's Revenge gets done growing. You guys are done. Y'all thought y'all smoked? Shit. I'll show you how fast 2 ounces plus can go. But I'm out of here. Catch me on Instagram at Elevated Media LLC. Catch me. I might add you if you're not an egg or a creep after I check out your profile. DRUSKI702 Elevated Lifestyle LLC. No, Elevated Media LLC. Or is it Elevated Lifestyle LV? Ha! Y'all figure it out because it's a private page. But, nah, you guys know me, man. I put the tags everywhere. I'm just high as shit and I forgot. You guys, I'm out.